Thank you for joining us for the 2-minute drills. I'm Aram Talegian, joined by his little Stevie R, Steve Ramirez. Stevie, we have one going down in your backyard on Thursday night, folks, taking place at St. Francis High School. This is a really good one.
Yeah.
St. Francis 2-0, hosting La Mirada, the media darling La Mirada Matadores, who are 0-3, little Stevie R.
No one expected that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you did. Tesoro, La Habra, Servite. That's been La Mirada's schedule so far. And you didn't maybe expect, or maybe you expected them to be 0-3. I mean, it's not that far-fetched that they wouldn't win any of those games. However, the closest margin in any of those at the final buzzer was 9 points against La Habra. Meanwhile, St. Francis, Stevie R, has started out 2-0 against, albeit, an easier schedule, Chino and Rigetti.
Yeah, I mean, their question mark obviously going in was at quarterback by everyone else but them, I think. They returned a lot of starters, except at quarterback, like I said, was a question mark. But when I talked to Coach Bonds in the summer, he didn't see it as a question mark, and Ty Ganji has looked really good these first 2 weeks. But like you said, they haven't really faced a team, I think, of La Mirada's caliber. La Mirada's 0-3. They still have some very good players who are getting a lot of offers, and it's going to be a tough matchup, I think, for them.
Yeah, I think I think that Bonds is the kind of coach, little Stevie R, that doesn't sweat when he has to replace a quarterback, because he feels he can develop a quarterback, and he's got a proven track record of doing just that. He always has a good quarterback. They're always polished. They always do a good job, and it looks like Ty Ganji is another one in that line. But they're going to be tested this week. There's no doubt about it. La Mirada is a team that's desperately seeking a win after this 0-3 start and all the heat that's come with it. And La Mirada, I mean, even though this is a Mission League team on the road in a tough environment to play in, La Mirada's got to feel like it's stepping down in class slightly.
Yeah, I mean, they're St. Francis is a Mission League team, but they're obviously with Sarah and Chaminade and even Cathedral. The way Cathedral played last year and this year, you have to say they're at least a fourth place team in that league, maybe third. They're probably on the same class, at least talent wise, as Cathedral. So it's not like a Tesoro, and La Habra has stepped up this year.
Yeah.
So I think it's a slight step down from maybe La Habra.
But last year they played little Stevie R 28-21. La Mirada wins the game. They were at home. This is the final tune-up before league play for La Mirada. And after that, we talked about how on Friday night after the loss of Servite that maybe the way they can be kind of forgiven their sins of the non-league is to run the table. But, man, I'm looking at it, and Norwalk, they look like no joke in that suburban league. That game coming up on November 1st could be Norwalk's 3-0. They're probably going to be undefeated going into that game. That could be for that league championship. So La Mirada, it's not a Monrovia situation where they're just going to run away from their league. So, anyways, this is a team that needs to win in a bad way. I think they're going to get it on Friday night because Thursday night, because I think they've been in against tougher than St. Francis. Meanwhile, St. Francis has not been in as tough with La Mirada. Rigetti and Chino, I don't think they're quite on the same level as La Mirada. So I have the Matadores getting off the mat, so to speak, getting that win before league play starts and going into St. Francis and winning.
I don't. I mean, that's a tough. I think it's gonna be a close game. The thing that concerns me about La Mirada is, and obviously they've played some very good teams, but the points that they're giving up. I mean, they've given up at least 35 points in each of their 3 games. You can't win like that against anyone. And St. Francis, that's kind of their strength of their team is their offense. They do have a concern that last week they didn't run the ball very well, but Ty Ganji did throw for over 200 yards again. So and I think that's what it's going to take this week. And you know, with the weapons that he has to throw to, I don't see that. They may be able to slow it down a little bit, but I don't see them.
See, Aaron, I don't know about you, Aaron, but Steve Ramirez just convinced me.
You like St. Francis?
Yeah,
also?
yeah.
Wow.
Just listening to Steve Ramirez. That's
we'll
all I
see,
needed right now. He made a lot of sense.
Well, for those of us that live 10 minutes from the field, this will be a good little chance to sneak out there maybe and get a glimpse of La Mirada and St. Francis, like I'm going to try and do depending on the parking. Stevie, you'll be out there writing the whole bad boy up.
Yeah, I'll be out there. Cool. I'll probably have to sit in the stands for this one just because there's no press box there.
What stands now?
Yeah.
So who's St. Francis or La Mirada?
Probably St. Francis stands across the way.
Why don't you just stand up on one of those balconies or one of those hallways?
Yeah.
It's a great place to watch a game.
Steve, really quick, explain the challenge of writing a game story from St. Francis on tight newspaper deadlines. It's
more than writing the story, Fred. It's just parking your car.
I don't think people don't realize this.
They usually have a spot reserved for me, and I just show my bag, and they let me come in there.
He's big time.
That's not the problem. The problem is there's no press box and no table, so.
You got to do it old school style.
Yeah. And actually, I did that at the Turkey Tussle last year. I didn't sit in the press box because I thought I would have time.
You wrote from the sidelines, right?
No, I wrote from the stands because that game, even though it started at 7, ended about 10:30.
Yeah.
Well,
that can happen.
Yeah. So, but there is some experience.
Right.
In doing that from the stands.
Special place to watch a game, though, nonetheless, St. Francis. It's a really, really cool spot. You know, parking can be a real problem, but, well, you know, hopefully everyone gets in just fine and gets out even finer. Okay, so Freddie and Stevie have St. Francis. I have La Mirada. Get out there. That's Thursday night at St. Francis.